What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to a new launch and pretty video for Great Lakes Lacquer. We have one hell of a restock, I want to call it, and a new drop for this coming Friday. We have the Let It Grow collection, and these are so beautiful. If you are new to indie polish and you're new to the community in general, Great Lakes Lacquer makes some amazing shimmer polishes. We actually had her as our guest maker for the Shimmas group that I run with my fellow beautiful co-admins. I believe that month was February, might have been March. Everything is so jumbled. I don't even know really what day it is outside of like release dates for these things anymore. But she makes beautiful shimmers. She's been around for a hot minute. And we may or may not get a little bit of overpour for that Shimma custom in this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll have all the information on this launch and restocks and all that good stuff at the end of the video. Right now, let's focus on her beautiful new Let It Grow collection that is chef's kiss for shimmers and glow. So without further ado, let's dive right in. We're going to kick this off with Butterfly Milk. This is described as a soft, sheer orchid base filled with red to orange to gold shifting shimmer. I so love pinks like this. They are incredibly glowy, and I will forever appreciate how lilac-y types of pinks look against my skin tone. I think they look so beautiful on anyone. Oh, these types of pinks are just wonderful. There's an inner warmth glow that you are seeing in the center of the nail. This shimmer shift, this color roll, I should say, is what you're going to see dominantly in indoor lighting. It's got a wonderful orangey type of cast to it. Dominantly, in my opinion, this is the color shift that you'll see on the shimmer, period, the end. It has a wonderful curly, smooth formula, so I'll suggest 3 coats, 3 thinner coats, and a glossy top coat. I'm Frankenstein's head on a spider's body. It's described as a dove gray with an aqua to indigo shifting shimmer. This is another beautiful, shimmery, good polish. I'm telling y'all, Great Lakes kills it in the shimmer game, and she's been doing this for many years now. I consider her one of the OGs for bringing us beautiful, strong shimmers. Frankenstein's head has a curly formula similar to Butterfly Milk, but it does lean more on the creamier side, so quite opaque. I think you'll hit opacity at 2 coats, but if you're like me and you prefer that thicker, more plump type appearance and more shimmer, if I'm honest, I would suggest 3 normal to somewhat lighter coats. It dries down flat, so you'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat. I'm going to eat this, but I'm highly offended by it, is a pure white marshmallow base filled with silver to purple to pink to orange shifting shimmer. This is so pretty. Now the white to this in person, I'm looking at it right here in front of me, is what I would describe as a brilliant white, neutral white. It's very just bright. I'm not seeing any undertones going on with it, and the shimmer gives it a very strong pearly effect. Dull indoor light, like normal lighting situations, you will see that lavender purple sort of glow to it, and at angles you'll see a wonderful pink and orange shift at the somewhat more extreme angles. This is just overall very pearly. I would suggest soft brush strokes to prevent any type of potential streaking situation. Go in light on your coats, as this has a very squish factor to it to prevent any type of over buildup. Let It Grow is described as a grass green base filled with green to blue to purple shifting shimmer. Another very flattering color. This popped so well against me. I think medium to deep skin tones, this is especially going to pop against you. I think 3 light coats will pop the best, though once again, I think you'll hit opacity on the second coat. You can see it there right on that second application, and it's beautifully opaque. But again, I prefer lots of pigment on my nails. I want it as obnoxious as possible, and I want it that nice, thick, plump effect. This is so pretty. Indoor lighting, you'll see what you see on my full hand shot there on the video. At more extreme angles, there is a blue shift. You can kind of see it on my macro shot there, kind of on the edges of my middle nail. It's what I would consider a touch more on the subtle side. I think you'll get mostly that greenish glow. Summer, Autumn, Winter, and Disco is described as a pale mint filled with orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and hollow micro glitter. This built up on the lighter side for me, though it still hit opacity on the third coat. If you have an incredibly prominent free edge, you will absolutely want to go to 3 coats and possibly, maybe, a blurring base coat of some sort. It built up like a crelly, very creamy, smooth, so this is really going to depend on how you personally polish. Just be careful on over buildup. Go in light and let it slowly build up. As you can see on my full hand shot, we got a ton of shimmer payoff here. Indoor normal lights, you'll see it take on an almost peachy looking effect. And at angles, there is that wonderful orangey goldish type of glow. You'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat here too. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, is described as a foil-like orange base filled with orange to gold shifting shimmer. I agree with that official description. I think this is definitely classified as a foil in that the shimmer particles are large particles, so it gives you this glistening looking appearance. You will hit opacity on the second coat here, but again, I like that plump, I like it thick. So I went up to that third coat. This is so popping, such a beautiful summer color that I think will transition incredibly well into the fall. It is so vibrant and just in your face. It's this fiery type of orange, if I had to describe it. I think this is going to be stunning on any skin tone, especially medium to deep skin tones. You'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat to finish it off. You Greedy Little Dirtbag is described as a sheer muddy brown filled with an aqua to indigo shifting shimmer and hints of purple at the most extreme angles. To me, Dirtbag has the lightest formula in the entire collection, and it has a softer type of base in how it builds up to opacity. I think 3 light coats is going to work the best. If you have an incredibly prominent free edge to your nails, you may want to use a blurring base. I don't think you need anything overly dramatic, say like a nude cream or anything like that. I just think something to kind of soften your free edge if a visible nail line bothers you. This is very shimmery, so strong on that shimmer factor. Indoor lighting, you're going to get this wonderful aqua blue sort of glow, and there is absolutely a purple glow at the most extreme angles. This does dry down flat, so you'll want to finish with a glossy top coat. And for our limited editions, this first one is a butterfly. This is described as a strong red to orange to gold shifting shimmer base featuring a linear hollow effect. This is so beautiful. I love colors like this. They're so glowy. The shimmer is quite vibrant in person too. Now the formula is what I would consider on the lighter side. It's got this metallic feel similar to a lot of hollows that we see. And I'm going to suggest 3 coats for full opacity and beautiful coverage. Now, if you have a visible nail line, the same caveat here too. I think you will see a bit of your free edge if it's on like, the beige or like the more whiter side of a visible nail line. So personally, I would use a blurring base coat or a nude to you base of some sort. Whatever you've got on hand, I think will work just fine. In the sunshine, you're going to see rainbows for days, and indoor lighting is where you'll see that beautiful orange to gold cast from the shimmer. And then lastly, we've got the second limited edition. This is Mother's Mauve version 2, described as a sheer mauve base overflowing with an aqua to indigo shifting shimmer with pink at the most extreme angles. This is very lovely, and the formula itself applied very similar to the first one, Butterfly Milk. It's got this crelly feel with a bit of a squish factor. Go in light on your brush strokes. You don't have to go super considerate on that, but you'll want to prevent any type of potential streaking from this super packed shimmer finish. So just let that paddle brush do the work for you. I think 3 light coats will pop the best with this. It's incredibly neutral. I would describe it almost as an amped up neutral against my skin tone. It also dries down on the flat side, so you'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. So lots of shimmers. We've got the one foil. They all work. However, say in person, like Butterfly Milk, we can see the base color to it a little more prominent. I think you can get a little creative in terms of color theory if you're going to work with the base colors respectively. But overall, if you're going to use dark colors as undies and you kind of want to play around, I can see these working. Of course, that pearly white looks stunning over black. I think it would also work over lighter colors. Just again, be mindful it's very milky. Let It Grow is so opaque, but it still worked almost like a straight multi-chrome. And Disco is gorgeous over black. So much shimmer. I think the Will It Topper segments for polishes, or rather collections like this that are not lacking shimmer, always demonstrate how much special effect is packed into each bottle. Dirtbag is gorgeous. I think this one is the most toppery one out of the entire set because of that lighter formula. You can do quite a bit with that, but again, remember it's got that tinted brown base. Butterfly looks so metallic good over black, which is interesting to me because it is a linear type of hollow. And Mother's Mauve is beautiful over black too. I think you can kind of work with pinks and other types of mauves and more neutral types of brownish reds. I think would look stunning with it. This launch is going to be pre-order style. It's going to begin this Friday, May 24th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's going to run until June 3rd. And there is a turnaround time of 15 to 21 business days. Mariah is a wonderful one-woman show, and that is after the pre-order date closes. Now, I also have a little bit of info here and some info that I've seen in the Facebook group. In addition to the Let It Grow collection, we've also got 2 limited editions. We've got the a butterfly and then the Mother's Mauve version 2. Per our PR information, it also states that she is bringing back But What Is Grief If Not Love Persevering, which is a stunning color. And then we've also got overpours at this launch. So I did mention in the intro of the video that there are just a touch of the Shima member Forever. I'll have my swatch up here if you haven't seen that, or if you want to go back and see it live swatched. I do have that for, I believe it was episode 2 of my Shima series. Go check that out too. I want to know, I think I saw on the Facebook group that the amount of bottles that she's got on hand for that is like 20 something. So if you're wanting to get some of these overpours, get in there as soon as the site launches. As someone who has been through some of these overpours and stuff, they do go fast. So I just wanted to throw that out there to make you aware that that is that. We've also got a small overpour of the small batch unicorn poop. That's actually one that I've actually been wanting. I think it dropped the first time at last year's Polish and Beauty Expo. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where it was. And she had sold out of all of those wonderful small batches at PBE. And our PPU table was right in front of her. That line was so long. Anyways, that's going to be available at Overpour 2. And then it also states that this is the last launch and restock of the Polishing Poetic collection. She said she's going to try to have possibly some Overpour for her July launch, but no promises with that as she's making what she has on hand. That's another beautiful set. It's stunning multi-chrome goodness. I mean, just so super shifty. So that's going to be available too. The Let It Grow collection, you can grab those for $13.50 individual or $90 for the collection of 7. If you're wanting all of them, I think that's fantastic that we do have the option to grab the full set, because again, some of these overpours, if you're wanting everything to be just in one, order, just grab and go, grab and go. So I'm going to have you all linked to Great Lakes Lacquer's website if you want to check that out and see previews of, say, the Polishing Poetic collection, things like that. And I'll also link you to the Facebook group for more information from Mariah herself. And I'll also have timestamps if you want to go back too. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.